What's up, guys? Kimmis here from Meanwhile in the Man Cave. We take a look at all things pop culture, games, toys, or anything we think is cool. And today we are taking a look at the Back to the Future Part 3 DeLorean Time Machine from Hot Toys. The Back to the Future timeline is full of twists and turns, but one of the biggest is the fact that there are 4 of Doc Brown's DeLorean time machines at one time at a certain point in 1955. How, you say? Well, the first was left in the Delgado mine for many years after its first arrival in the year of 1885 in Back to the Future 3. Number 2 arrives when it brings Marty McFly to 1955 in Back to the Future Part 1. Number 3 arrives when old Biff Tannen shows up on November 12th of 1955 to give his younger self the Sports Almanac. The 4th and final DeLorean makes its appearance when Doc Brown and Marty McFly make their return to 1955 to retrieve that Sports Almanac from young Biff Tannen. So after that time-traveling twister, that is how 4 DeLorean time machines existed in 1955 at the same time. Okay, so I thought this was just a shipping box, but it's actually the art box too. So there's not a whole lot to see here, just a little black and white artwork of the Back to the Future 3 DeLorean right here on the side. Now, up on top here, it was kind of funny. They did have the Welcome to Hill Valley. Please drive carefully. Guess that's kind of funny. But other than that, it's kind of anticlimactic. Let's bust the DeLorean out now. All right, got the Velcro straps right here. Let's get these off. All right, we've got a little artwork covering up the styrofoam here. It's kind of nice little artwork though. Looks pretty good. Let's get this off. Checking out the inner layer here. Got some miscellaneous parts. And this is probably the instruction booklet, I'm guessing here. Nice picture of the DeLorean, and yep, there it is. It's the directions on the back. All right, little preview of what we're getting in here. Looks like we've got the hood, and it's actually detached from the vehicle on this one with the electronics on there strapped to the top. So it looks like we'll have to assemble that. I don't think that's removable though. I think that's built right in. So don't try to take that off. It probably wouldn't be good. And then you do have to assemble some of the wire harness, mesh things, whatever you call those. Some other miscellaneous parts. But it comes with these train wheels here. Those are optional. So I don't think I'm going to use those. I'm probably going to keep the standard white walls on there. But it's pretty cool that they include these anyway. And you probably have to screw those on. And over here, got a wire harness up there, hubcaps. That's a firebox temperature control, the clock, and a tow bar, and Mr. Fusion. Let's take a look at the next layer. All right, and this has the car all protected in the plastic. Let's get this plastic off. And here she is without the plastic. Looks really nice, even though none of the parts are on there yet. But my first impressions are, I like how it looks. The contrasting wheels to the rest of the vehicle is actually kind of cool. We got to put the hood on here. We've got plastic on the windshield and side windows, and a lot of assembly to do on the back. So let's start taking a closer look at some of those parts. Okay, starting off, we've got the Mr. Fusion. Does lock into place. You just release that and it opens up. So pretty cool. And the roll of the miscellaneous wires that we're gonna have to put on. That is quite a bundle. And this is a tow bar. I think this is what they use to hitch the horses to the front of the DeLorean. You've got 4 of these bolts, which I believe are to attach the train wheels. And there's a magnet in here too that you get. Must be for removing parts or whatever. You'll get 4 of these hubcaps, which are magnetic. I like that they've got the dirt weathering on here. That's pretty cool. And you've got your clock for the dashboard. Nice details. And here is the temperature gauge for the firebox. Details on this are pretty nice as well. It's got the long cord. And the bumper. All this really great mesh on there. It's really well done. And whatever this thing's called that goes across the side of that car connects up with Mr. Fusion. Again, with the grating, very nice. Here we go, the hood. Wow, look at all the electronics in this. There is so much cool detail in this. Very, very cool. Love all the archaic circuits. Okay, as far as your batteries go, you're going to be unscrewing this little screw right here. Once you remove that spare tire, it reveals your compartment for inserting your batteries. Okay, once those batteries are in, up in the upper right corner, you have the button for activating the said lights. Okay, so putting on that front bumper, the directions do indicate that it's important to do the middle ones first, then do the outer ones. So we're going to do that right now. And then you plug in the wires. Just make sure you put the colored coiled wires into the shorter of the receptacles and the black wire into the taller of the receptacles. And as the directions state, make sure you assemble this end first down underneath into the given receptacle. Do that first and then work your way up around. Okay, once those 2 pieces are attached and your wires are all hooked up, we are going to get inside the car and do some of the work in there. Okay, let's make sure we put the alarm clock in the right spot. There we go. And there's the iconic alarm clock on the dashboard. Okay. So for putting the firebox temperature gauge in. You're going to use this little piece first. All right, that's going to stick right there via a magnet, and then put the rest of the unit right on there. Now you've got this cord. You can put that up underneath the dash. And here you go. That's all assembled. Looks pretty tight. And that extra coiled wire that we had in the box there goes on the dash over here, and you hide the wire up underneath the dashboard. And now we've got to attach Mr. Fusion. Pretty easy, just inserts right into the receptacles. And lastly, it's time to install the hood. Gonna insert one side first and then compress the spring over on the other side to install. As far as the hubcaps, they go on super easy. They are magnetic. Boom. It's easy as that. Just take the other one. There you go. Doesn't get much easier than that. And it looks awesome. Okay, as far as the tow bar, that's easy to assemble too. It is magnetic and boom, just sticks right on. Again, doesn't get much easier than that. Great design. And as far as these wheels, they are in the elevated position right now. All you do is have to gently pull them down to get them in this position. And then there's a button up underneath there that you press to return them to the kind of normal position. But is all the pictures I've seen, this car is higher in the front than it is in the back. Because I guess from what I understand, this was built on a VW dune buggy frame for this particular movie. Okay, so here she is all assembled. Wow, I gotta say, I love it. Look at that. This hood piece is just amazing. Just done really excellent. I just love all the circuitry on it. Just so much detail. Really, really cool. I want to have all my DeLoreans in one display, but that might be a challenge. I just think they'd look really great all together. This even has the tag on it. Look at that. That is pretty awesome. Looking inside the car here from the windshield. Wires on the dash. Really, really cool. All right, let's open up the door. And we enter the car. Dashboard fully illuminated. Looks excellent. One downside is there's no pedals. A little strange they didn't give pedals to it, but oh well. There it is with the dates on the console over there. This is illuminated up here at the top here, whatever that white box is. We're going to slip in on the other side here in a moment, but right here you've got the labels for the time circuits. Looks awesome. The shifter, I believe, does move. You can't really see it here, but it does move. And don't know if this moves or not. It does. It turns. It's pretty cool. And we'll pan up here to the flux capacitor. As always, looks great. Up on the ceiling, you do have the illuminated buttons up there. And also in back of the driver's seat. Now the seat's not leather, but it does give the appearance of leather, and it's done pretty well. Definitely like it. All right, now that the door's closed, you got a keyhole here too. That's actually pretty awesome. You've got the simulated dirt down here. That's also pretty nice, as well as on the hubcaps. And you get the rear side markers that are illuminated as well. And coming around the back, all the lights in the back look awesome. The barcode license plate. And we continue around. Again, rear side marker. Coming up along the back where our Mr. Fusion is. So much great detail up here. Truly just excellent. I love it. As we continue up, let's pop this door open. And come in on the passenger side. Again, here we are. Illuminated gauges over here. Look excellent. There's the firebox temperature indicator as we showed you earlier. Just so much great detail in this car. Your seat belts down there. So we come up around the flux capacitor again, and the lights around the back of the passenger seat. So for me, with the amount of features this car has, it's definitely worth picking up for the Back to the Future fan. So I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. To my repeat viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much. And to my new viewers, please, if you can, give us a like and subscribe if you like what we do here on the station. And come back every Tuesday at 9 a.m. for a brand new episode of Meanwhile in the Man Cave. I'll talk to you guys later.